Hello, my name is Ethan Hawke. I'm here at Amoeba Records, the single greatest record store in the United States of America, by the way. If you are near the vicinity of Los Angeles, California, do not stop, do not go to the movies, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Take whatever cash you have and come here because it's so much fun here, man.
Let me ride in your big Cadillac, Lord Jesus. Let me ride in your big Cadillac.
All right, well, first off, I'm here promoting my movie, or our movie, I should say, Blaze, which is a movie about the life of Blaze Foley. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity you give me to talk about this movie.
Farmhouse leaning and the barn is rotten, the back is bent, chopping cotton.
This is a documentary about the outlaw country music scene of Austin that is one of them, like, it's so beautiful. It slices like a razor blade through your body and you open up in a good way. If that could possibly feel good, that's what it's like.
I'd like to introduce myself.
There's something about it that really moves me, and Townes is an amazing presence in this movie.
I'm Townes Van Zandt.
If you like country music and movies, you gotta see this.
Okay, now, we're gonna first walk around to the backyard.
I just can't recommend it enough, so I'm getting my own copy because I don't have one. Okay, next, well, that brings us to Mr. Van Zandt himself, the true blue poet laureate of the United States of America, I think. Take your Robert Frost books, throw them out the window, put on a Townes Van Zandt record, right? Christopherson gets a lot of credit for being a literary Texan country songwriter. Dylan, obviously, but Townes in a lot of ways, he really achieved what I think Blaze Foley was really going after, which is the poetry of the dispossessed.
Well, it's easier than just to wait around to die.
Townes' great influence and hero in his life was Lightnin Hopkins. There's a movie called The Blues According to Lightnin Hopkins. It's just unbelievably good by Les Blank. And all of Les's movies about music are phenomenal. A Poem is a Naked Person.
Would you shut up? I'm trying to make a movie here. I don't know. Are you loaded now?
But this music is built on so much pain and so much crime and so much hurt. You know, crimes done against mankind. Lightnin sings about suffering in a way that invites you in and heals, I think.
Teach me, teach me, teach me how I'm wrong.
I think it's incredibly beautiful. And the movie, the Les Blank film, is strangely one of the sexiest damn movies you ever saw in your life. I mean, it's full of like the joy of being alive. The white people's folk country is built on the back of Mississippi John Hurt, Blind Willie McTell, Lightnin Hopkins. You know, obviously it's white folks trying to sing their song, but it's built on the back of this music that predates it. Okay, this guy can rock and roll. All right, Hamilton was the lead singer of the Walkmen.
Can't you hear me? I'm calling out your name.
The best live show I've seen in years was Hamilton in Brooklyn. A lot of times you see people play their music, and that's nice, but Hamilton did something bigger than that, which is that he did what rock and roll is supposed to do. He like lit the stage on fire. All right, this guy can sing. Wow.
Well, now I decided take charge and keep some order against this endless river.
Next up on your docket, hooray for the Riffraff. Whoever's releasing this album needs to do a serious talk about the shrink wrap. They need to do better, okay? This is a major artist who deserves better shrink wrappage treatment. Hooray for the Riffraff. She's changing, she's evolving. You know, when they first started, it was real country folk, beautiful.
Why you with that fella?
I know it's wrong, but that's all right. That album, phenomenal album. This new album, she's growing up and she's getting political, and we are all grateful for it because she's singing her heart out, and she is another woman who can rock and roll. Hooray for the Riffraff. You heard it here first, folks. I don't know if you heard her here first. You probably heard of her already.
Oh, where will all my people live? The navigator won't forget.
The legend, John Prine. There's a great story where Chris Christopherson brought Willie Nelson to see John Prine play. I actually don't know whether Willie brought Chris or Chris brought Willie, but one of them turned to the other and said, well, what do you think? And the other one said, well, we could break his fingers.
Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios.
He makes sense out of the world. He's so funny and so insightful, and he writes about pain, much the same way Lightnin Hopkins does. In a totally different, their music is different, but he writes about pain and makes you laugh. And it's so human.
Crazy bone, crazy bone, crazy bone, crazy bone. Well, you must have left your wisdom to that home.
I felt really connected to it recently. Steve Zahn, the actor, actually originally turned me on to John Prine. We were listening to him obsessively. I probably wouldn't have heard of Blaze Foley if it were for John Prine. He covered Clay Pigeons, an album in 2006, and that's what made me kind of go, who wrote that song? What the hell is that song? So not only is he a great writer and thinker, but he recognizes other people. And I'm sure Blaze isn't the only one that feels indebted to him. But so God bless John Prine. There's a very funny thing on YouTube where Bill Murray talks about falling in love with John Prine. Worth checking out.
I'm thinking to myself, who the hell put him in charge of the sense of humor as I'm going way into this record?
Let me tell you, one of the most frustrating things about being an American right now today is I was taught that in communist, like fascist countries, you had to like salute the flag or you'd be sent to the gulag, right? And in free countries, the reason why it's beautiful and meaningful that we sing along or put our hand over our heart is because we're not forced to, right? It's a free country. That's what people fight and die for. And let me tell you this, since when is taking a knee a sign of disrespect anyway?
Men and women that have been in the military have come back and been treated unjustly by the country they fought for.
I literally don't get it. It makes me so mad because I honestly think if you have a serious conversation about it with anybody, my brother's in the military, you can have a serious conversation and people can talk about it. And instead, we have people lighting fires of division. You can't even watch a football game and enjoy it anymore. It makes me insane. Somebody, where is Branch Rickey, right? Branch Rickey, where are the managers of these football teams, these owners? Somebody hire this guy. You're gonna make a fortune. All right, because your fan base will skyrocket, and he can play, okay? I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. So I light a candle for Kaepernick. I've spoken. Send hate mail to Lucinda Williams. All right, Car Wheels in a Gravel Road is an amazing record. She doesn't have a bad record. She helps me get along with people. I somehow feel bigger and better because you listen to her music. And we all owe a huge debt to Titan, Lucinda Williams. Shooter Jennings. Come on, this is Waylon's son. And this guy can play. I love Shooter. I loved his album, Putting the O Back in Country. And his father had one of my favorite lines about country music about, I get in trouble whenever I talk about this because I think these guys want this kind of riff to stop, but I think it's so funny I can't stop. He says, these modern day guys are, they're doing to country music what Pantyhose did to finger fucking, So Shooter's putting the rock and roll back in country. I mean, he is a major, major talent. He's not somebody's son, he's Shooter Jennings.
There's shadows in my mind, shadows on the highway up ahead.
I think I have something else in my bag. Oh, Nicki Lane. I don't know, she's one of the best women in country music right now, and I just thought I'd give her a shout out. I actually have this album, but my daughters also love this album, so I got another one.
And I just can't take anymore.
And that's all the news that's fit to print. Thank you for joining me for What's in My Bag. My name is Ethan Hawke. I approve this message.
Don't you